An hour south of Cancun, North America's most popular tourist resort, sits Tulum. 2 decades ago, this tiny Mayan fishing village was home to 4,000 people. Today, it's home to more than 40,000 permanent residents. It has become an international tourism destination, receiving 2 million tourists a year. But the rapid expansion of the tourism sector has left basic local infrastructure behind, and the environment is paying the price.
Yo fui hace 30 años, me impresionó la primera vez que llegué y pues vi las pirámides. No había nada más que las pirámides y nada más había selva, ¿no?
Manolo Ruiz runs Fundación Gilabilidades, an environmental organization with multiple projects in the region.
Y volví a ir a la región y me quedé impresionado por el tamaño de, pues ya no sé si llamarlo pueblo, pero es una ciudad.
Today, tourists come from across the world for its beaches, 5-star hotels, and relaxed jungle surroundings. Business is booming.
You know, and particularly in Tulum, there's a lot of money to be made here.
Eduardo Castillo owns the Habitas Hotel Tulum, a boutique location situated on the pristine white sand.
You know, Tulum is sort of this bizarre bubble in the world. We are, in some aspects, you feel like you're in a developed country, on the beach, for instance, and you're interchanging, you're interacting with people that are from developed worlds, but really we are in an undeveloped country. It's a third world nation, and there are so many obstacles to work towards sustainability.
While the hotels and tourism infrastructure may be world-class, the region's environment has taken a back seat to development.
Es muy difícil evaluar realmente lo que ofrece la naturaleza versus lo que podría ofrecer, por ejemplo, un centro comercial. Para muchos sería muy fácil pensar, pues el valor de un centro comercial es tanto en millones de pesos, ¿no? Por estacionamiento, 2 pisos, escaleras eléctricas y más. Pero una selva virgen, ¿cuánto te ofrece? O sea, ¿cuál es el valor de todo eso, no?
Away from the luxury resorts, few of the impoverished Mayan communities have running water, and when it comes to garbage disposal, local authorities seem to have instituted an out-of-sight, out-of-mind policy. The town's waste is infrequently collected and driven out into jungle clearings, where it is dumped, untreated, in the bush. 180 tons of it a day.
Los famosos tiraderos a cielo abierto son tiraderos, ¿no? Son muy grandes para el tamaño de destinos turísticos que son, ¿no? Porque obviamente tienen que lidiar con el plástico, o sea, con el desperdicio que generan más el desperdicio que llega por el mar.
The irresponsible dumping policy has been disastrous for local ecosystems.
Vi pues, campos de fútbol llenos de basura y le digo, oye, ¿cómo te deshaces de esta cantidad de basura, no? Le dice, bueno, pues una vez al mes agarramos diésel, lo rociamos y le prendemos un cedillo. Le dije, ¿es en serio? O sea, no lo puedo creer. Pero todo lo demás, televisores, teléfonos, autopartes, fuego, ¿no? Y adiós. Entonces, tú te puedes imaginar ese desastre, ¿no? Y pero pareciera no importarle a nadie, ¿no? O sea...
As Tulum grows, its waste issue is growing alongside it.
I wanted to do something that was a daily solution. Going to the beach and doing a beach cleanup once a month is not gonna save the world. It's our habits of every day.
Mauricio Gervis is a chef. He came to Tulum 3 years ago.
I came here because I had a failed project and I was ready to go back to Canada just to cook, just to become a regular old cook. I'd given up on Mexico.
Yet today, his restaurant in the center of town is one of Tulum's top eating spots. His original recipes are made from ingredients he grows himself on his jungle farm inland. Its produce fueled by the same garbage issue.
We saw that there was 180 tons of garbage being produced in Tulum, the municipality, every day, which was ending up in an open-air dump site with no prevention against pollution and no real plan in place to really take care of it. We also saw that there was areas of the municipality where the garbage trucks were arriving once every 2 weeks, usually in the Mayan communities where they didn't have that service. And as a result, clandestine garbage dumping sites started appearing. And I'm like, okay, let's concentrate on this. We can actually solve this.
He began asking local establishments about their organic waste.
Led me down a path to find out exactly how much of that 180 tons was organic waste. In terms of weight, it turned out to be about 60% during the high season. So out of 180 tons, that's 100 tons a day of organic waste.
While finding a sustainable destination for Tulum's organic waste is a start, the town's environmental problems remain a serious concern. Clandestine dumping continues to occur, and local authorities appear to ignore the problem. For a touristic destination that sells itself on responsible tourism, the truth inland shows a stark contrast. Mauricio began to approach eco-minded hotel chains about the issue, offering to take the biodegradable waste off their hands if they would make the effort to separate it.
I was running around like a madman trying to get everything ready and perfecting our operations, obviously with the utmost concern for sustainability. So when somebody comes and says, let me take this off your hands, and also obviously Maurice is a stand-up human, so we knew that the intentions were the right ones, and that he was also thinking about a business model, and we wanted also to support a business.
2 years later, Mauricio receives 4 tons of organic waste a day from over 40 establishments around Tulum. It all ends up on his farm.
From there, we took it to the farm. I started a farm. It's half an hour outside of Tulum. And in that place is where we started doing compost piles. We separate it and we mix it with a lot of leaves from the jungle. Sawdust from town, so we go to carpenters and stuff like that, and we mix it all together to get a good carbon versus nitrogen ratio, which allows for aerobic decomposition to be efficient.
The compost, made from the organic waste collected in Tulum, ends up as a rich fertilizing soil for his farm, and everything from his farm ends up in his restaurant. It attracts tourists and locals alike.
Diet here is very meat-based. They'll have meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you see a huge rate of obesity here, but we also have amazing veggies and products, but they don't even know how to use it. So we wanted to teach them that you could eat healthy, vegan, not because I'm vegan, just because it's so unbalanced, the diet here.
Wulis, the name of Mauricio's company, means circle or cycle in the indigenous Mayan language of the Yucatan Peninsula. That's exactly what he's aiming for.
You can't go to someone's home and tell them what to do. Not in this country anyways, not to that extent. But you can tell them at work what to do. And that's why it can work, because you can make it part of policy. This is your job. You have to separate the waste. This is what we're doing, and this is what we're doing it. And hopefully that gets translated into their everyday lives because they start getting into routines and disciplines.
Mauricio's work is changing attitudes across town.
Our staff now question why are we not composting at home? Shouldn't this be something that happens in our town? If Habitas is doing it and they're responsible and they're really attacking it the way they should, and understanding the differences in wastes, this is something that we need to bring home, and it's working. Our team would have composting at home. That's unheard of in Mexico, particularly.
As well as changing Tulum's mindset, Mauricio is also showing that responsible projects can be profitable.
Yeah, no, the idea is for it to be for profit. I think to change the mentality, the thinking that we have in terms of a way a business should run, it should be playing within the economic bounds.
Mauricio's project has been an economic and cultural success, And he's not stopping there. He has plans to expand and diversify his activities.
And this is just the beginning. The beautiful thing about this project is that it's scalable. I want to change the economy. My objective with every project that I do is to change the way the economy works so that it's sustainable.
It's a message of action over talk that is resounding throughout Tulum as the once tiny fishing village looks to a future that depends on its environment.
Sí hay un movimiento, ¿no? Tengo que decirlo, hay un movimiento que está creciendo, preocupado por esta problemática y están implementando a través de sus políticas ambientales en los hoteles la separación de los desperdicios, la minimización de consumo de ciertos productos, como es algo que se hace al día a día, en donde pueden participar, puede ir creciendo, o sea, tiene mucho potencial de crecimiento, en donde se pueden invitar además otros hoteles a sumarse. Y otra cosa, es replicable. O sea, es un proyecto que además se puede llevar a la comunidad.
But what's really happening in Tulum is that people realize that, hey, we're in the spotlight here. You know, there's like, we're like, how the hell did this town end up being like a world spotlight? If this can happen here, and we can bring businesses here like Woolies and like, you know, and like Habitas, where there are sustainable businesses that are fruitful, you know, that's going to have a ripple effect everywhere in the world. Like without a doubt. I mean, that's just how it's going to happen, and we feel it. We definitely feel it.